Good evening, it's the Romany Rye back again. I haven't, I haven't had a chance to look at Uncle Fred's interview yet. I did it yesterday, but I'm gonna have to edit a little bit because the sound wasn't exactly as I wanted it to be. But I will be getting to that. I've been hellish busy the last few days on a warehouse clearance I've been on. But anyway, I want to tell you a couple of little stories now about me grandfathers. That's Clarence Ware's brother and sister. Now, my grandfather had a brother called Tommy Ware, Uncle Tom. They lived up in Modbury, just outside of Plymouth. Now, for years, my mother wouldn't have nothing to do with him because I think Uncle Tom was the one who insinuated that he would give me father some longer not to get mixed up with my mother. And it got back to my mother saying she wouldn't have nothing to do with him for years. That's the way she was. She wouldn't even look at him, let alone go up there. Anyway, it was half sorted, I suppose. Uncle Tom apologised and said he didn't mean nothing by it and made a mistake. My mother didn't fall for it, but I think it was enough for her to tolerate going up there because, to tell you the truth, my father was Uncle Tom's favourite because my father was always at horses and harnesses and carts and that. Uncle Tom was the same. We used to go up to Uncle Tom's. Finally, when my mother would go, leave home on a Sunday morning and get up there. And I don't know if the youngsters of today can relate to this, but back in their days, I got him here. The old men always used to have a bit of a shed where they'd go in and do a bit of work with all sorts of stuff in it. And Uncle Tom had his harness shed. And then he was well known for he used to bodge up a few carts and this, that and the other, but he was a well-known dealer in Exeter, in off sales up there. In fact, I dealt with an auctioneer only the other day that said he knew me Uncle Tom, and he was serving his apprenticeship as an auctioneer when he knew Uncle Tom. But Uncle Tom, he had the best that money could buy, the best of everything, really, apart from the old bit of gammy stuff he used to deal in. He had acne that he imported from America called Jojo. I got the picture here, I'll put it up. He got poisoned because he was winning everything, and he was offered a lot of money for that horse, and he would never part with him. He was a dapple grey acne, beautiful. And he married a woman called Nancy, a dear little tiny woman. She was about 4'7" or 8", I suppose. No more, if that. And when we first started going up to Uncle Tom's, Aunt Nancy welcomed us in, and she used to give me mother bags of stuff, like clothes and stuff like that. And I'll never forget my mother this day. She had the stuff in the car, and she took it out, and Aunt Nancy's feet were no more than like that size, little tiny feet like that. And my mother said to my father, take it, what more am I going to do with that? Take care. My father would just burst out laughing at her. And he said, I don't know what you're going to do with it. Oh, she'd chuck it in the back of the car. Anyway, my father would, when we went to Uncle Tom would load my father's boot right up. Harnesses, saddles, bridles, carriage lamps, you name it. And we used to go in Uncle Tom's shed and sit down. And he always used to tell me, 20 bar, 10 bar, whatever it was. He'd give it to me and put that in your putchie, don't say nothing. In other words, don't tell nobody, see. I said, right, Uncle Tom. Anyway, we would have a nice roast dinner there. And then we would make our way home in the afternoon. Anyway, this particular day, my father said to Uncle Tom, he said, Uncle, I'm going to pop back in and see Aunt Liley. Oh, that's right, my boy, he said. Good luck, and laugh, see. My dad said, what's up? He said, good luck, he said. Anyway, we comes back the road now. We couldn't find it at first. Uncle Tom told him what the house was like. We drove past his house, and I'm not kidding you. It was right on the road front, but it was a Victorian house. It had 3 stories and a servant's quarters down below. What a kenner. You never seen nothing like it. But all brick built. Definitely Victorian. So we pulls up. Couldn't get in the drive. Because Uncle Alf had, he had 2 or 3 Bedford dormobiles there with the roofs up, packed out with swag. Because that's what he used to do on the fairs. He used to sell on the fair, the swag, while Aunt Liley was duckering. And she was a very mystical sort of a woman, Aunt Liley. Very smart ratty though. But again, see, they never had no chavies. They didn't have no children. So, Uncle Tom and Aunt Nancy, they didn't have no children. Uncle Tom and Aunt Nancy sort of semi-adopted, a fella called Gilson Rowe. I don't know if I've mentioned this story before, but I'll mention it now. Gilson Rowe and Judy, they had a young boy called Gilson. And I tried to chew his toy one time. And I went put it back in the kennel. My mother gave me the eyes to take it back, but I had it under my jumper. It was a Etch-a-Sketch. I wanted it, see? So I chewed it. My mother and Jind, I done it. My father didn't, but my mother did. He come out the house crying, out the bungalow. Oh, I can't find my Etch-a-Sketch. I said, it's in there. I left it in there. I went back in there. Before anybody could dick me, whipped it out. I said, there it is, there, look. Anyway. Yeah, Uncle Tom sort of adopted he. But anyway, going back to Aunt Liley now, they never had no chavies. So we pulls up outside this fucking great house. And I mean he was house and a half. So all the curtains was pulled up as top, halfway down. Garden overgrown. It was a complete mess. So my father parks up, walks in this gravel drive, this gateway, because you couldn't get in where the cars was parked. And he looks through the window. And there's Aunt Liley in there now, lying back on the chaise longue, with a glass of whiskey beside her. And Uncle Alf, he was in a big old armchair. Well, he had a glass of whiskey beside he. So my father was tapping on the window, tap, tap, tap. They never took no notice, never even acknowledged us. So, I could tell my mother didn't want to all in there anyway. My father said, well, I'm going to fucking go in now, I'm here, he said. Banged on the door, rung the doorbell, nothing. Anyway, goes down around the side of the house now, where there was a half porchy type place where there was a door. My father pushed his way in, and the door opened, and the kitchen door was open. But he was hell of hard open. So in my father goes. And they was in there telly blaring, because they must have been deaf, blaring away. And Uncle Alf seen it. He said, Brian, hello, Brian. And my mum went in, I went in after him. So we walked straight in. So sit down. I said, Aunt Liley. Do you want a cup of tea? Or and my mum said, no thanks, no thank you. My mother wouldn't have drunk the tea anyway. Anyway, we were sitting down there chatting fucking rubbish, really, I suppose. I can't even remember what it was about now. And I'm dicking around the counter like this. And I dicked at the corner of my eye, and my mother was making, half making faces at Mandy. So she was, nodding her churro. I dicked down like that. 2 mouse traps. All set, boy, with the cheese in them. Dicked around like that, and there was mouse traps everywhere. So it was half deaf. So my mother said to my father, mouse covers. My father was dicking around like that. He said to Uncle Alf, he said, you must have a lot of mice here, Uncle Alf. Oh yeah, Brian, he said, we got mice here everywhere. He said, me and Liley don't go upstairs now. Well, where do you go, Uncle Alf? He said, no, Liley will sleep on there. He said, and I'll sleep here, in the chair. We don't go upstairs. So what do you do with yourself these days, Uncle Alf? Well, I got all my stocks and shares. He said, and I just follows the Financial Times every day. He had a pile of Financial Times. Oh, I don't know. I bet he's 5-6 foot high. So they had these old electric heaters in there with 3 bars on, and all this paper everywhere. There was paper everywhere. My father said, if this ever catch fire, and he said, you will never stop it. No, it won't catch fire, my son, she said. So we was dicking around the room, and I'm telling you now, I've never seen stuff like it. You talk about stuff that they, no chavvy, see, imported all this stuff from Italy, figurines and stuff from India, jardinières, and she had cloaks and costumes hung up everywhere. Oh, you never seen stuff like it. I never seen stuff like it. So you could dick through where we were sitting in the sitting room into the kitchen. That had mouse traps in it everywhere. So my father said, you're looking after each other, aren't you, Uncle Alf? You're looking after yourself. Yes, my son, he said. Why do you say that? He said, well, you've got a lot of mouse traps here, he said, and there's stuff all over the place, like the dishes. Oh, yeah, we have a cleaner in once a week. My mother said I could think she did. Fucking hell. Anyway, looking around this stuff, my eyes was everywhere, and so was my mother's. Because some of the stuff, the Cabo di Monte figures they had there, and the lampshades, and it's fucking exquisite, all of it. If you had it today, I'm telling you what, I don't know how much it'd be worth. So my father said, you don't get on the road at all now, Uncle Alf. No. He said, I got me Bedfords out there, he said, all filled up just in case I do want to go. And Liley said, diggity about what he wants to go. Alf, where do you think you're going, she said. She said, you can hardly walk. Diggity what he's going to do. She said, I told him to get rid of the old rubbish. He said, that's enough now, Liley. Leave that stuff boiled, he said. Oh, rubbish, she said. She said, anyway, Alf, she said, get up and give the boy there a toy to take with him. Now, what do I want a toy for? She said, out in the dormobile, Bill. I think she wanted Uncle Alf to gel so she could walk her to me father. I think. But that one never come off. But this is what happened. So he said, I am going to go in the dormobile. He said, I got some swag out there. Well, give him something to take home, she said. Well, he goes out, hobbling along, and he comes back in with this little plastic lorry in a box. Now, Dotty, as if I wanted that. So he said, here, my boy. He said, take that home and play with that. I said, thank you, Uncle Alf. And my mother was getting tired of this now. So she said, you must come again and we'll get the place cleaned up a bit and come and have some dinner. My father said, yeah, we will do that, Aunt Liley. He said, well, how are you feeling? She said, my son, look, I worked all my life. She said, we got all the money we want. We got everything we need. She said, but we're here left on our own, look. He said, well, who comes to see you, Aunt Liley? She said, well, Harry and Pat. Oh, yeah. Well, how often do they come? Well, once a week if they can, but it's no more than once a fortnight. My father said, once a fortnight? Yeah. Well, where's your telephone? Well, we don't have the telephone very much these days. My father said, well, you got plenty of money, Aunt Liley. Why don't you have a telephone in case you need to get hold of somebody? No, it's all right. It's all right, Brian, my boy, she said. Now, my father goes on a little bit of a... My father said, what have you got, Aunt Liley? She said, well, have a look around, my son. Well, I went to go with my father, see. My mother yanked me back like that. Stay there. Well, when my father dicked, they had, years ago, see, they had the proper wagons. The showman's wagons. I'm working on now getting some help putting these photographs up because I do want to show you it all. But I'll show you the showman's wagons they had and the billboards they had and all they got. I got all the photographs and I will be putting them up. But when they got rid of the wagons, Aunt Liley kept a lot of the lamps. Now they was proper old Victorian oil lamps and angel lamps. And she had them everywhere in the kennel. And my father said, I'd like a couple of day lamps, Aunt Liley. No, my son, she said, no, we're not going to get rid of anything, are we, Alf? No, we're not going to get rid of nothing, Brian. He said, that's what we like looking at. And they wouldn't give him a couple of lamps, look. And they had Vonger running out of their ears. There was Vonger, I'm not joking now, in the old pots, sticking out, 10-shilling notes, 5 notes, 10 notes. If anybody ever broke in there, they would have had a field day. But my mother would never go back, see. She said, when we got outside, she said, Brian, I'm not going back there no more. Whatever happens, she said, I won't be going back there. She said, I am dirty fucking bastard, she said. And God forgive me for saying it, but that's what they is. Misers. Tons of love, but live that way. It's funny, see, because Uncle Tom and Aunt Nancy never had no chavies. Aunt Liley and Uncle Alf never had no chavies. And they all had plenty of hunger. Plenty. Filled to the neck. But Uncle Tom and Aunt Nancy's place was clean, like, you know. But that Jack down there wasn't clean. I would like to do a little bit of finding out actually who had all the stuff, because it was amazing. Stuff you'd never see again. But Aunt Liley in her day, mine, what a smart rattly. And Uncle Alf was a smart Gary too. But my mother said when we got outside, no more, Brian. I'm not going back to CC no more. She said she wouldn't even give you a couple of lamps, look. And look what she give my boy, she said. A fucking plastic piece of junk. My father was trying to calm her down. But that was what she liked. But I got a few more stories to tell. And this coming week, I'm hoping to interview a lot more people again, to give you a break from me so that other people can tell their stories. You'll be interested in Uncle Freddy's story anyway. So I'm going to get myself in the woodrest now. Had a busy old day. Tired out really. And it's bye-bye for now from the Romany Rye. And I'll catch you later.